Welcome to the Forgotten Library, a place where darkness and mystery intertwine. Prepare to immerse yourself in chilling tales that will send shivers down your spine. Before we begin, find a comfortable spot, grab a cozy blanket, dim the lights, and settle in for a journey into the unknown. Let the gentle flicker of candlelight or the warmth of a crackling fire create the perfect ambiance for our stories to weave their spell around you. Each story is carefully selected to awaken your imagination, to ignite that primal curiosity within. So, open your mind and let the darkness embrace you. From haunted houses to spectral apparitions, from ancient curses to chilling urban legends, our tales will transport you to the realms of the supernatural. Now, take a deep breath and let the whispers of the unknown carry you away. Welcome to a world of eerie mysteries and spine-chilling encounters. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell to stay updated with our latest haunting stories. Prepare yourself for a journey into darkness. The Oni's Reign, a terrifying escape. In a world plagued by darkness, a young girl named Akari and her baby brother, Hiroshi, lived in a small village nestled among lush fields and blooming cherry blossoms. The village was renowned for its tranquility and harmony, but it was also rumored to harbor a mysterious gateway to another realm. Akari, an inquisitive and adventurous spirit, had always been drawn to the legends surrounding the gateway. The stories spoke of a parallel dimension, a reflection of their own world, where the powerful Oni resided. These malevolent beings, with their glowing red eyes and insatiable hunger for human souls, had terrorized the villagers for generations. One fateful night, Akari's curiosity got the better of her. While her family slept soundly, she quietly crept out of their home. Hiroshi cradled gently in her arms. Determined to uncover the truth about the gateway, she followed a series of cryptic clues that led her deep into the heart of the forest. With every step, the atmosphere grew increasingly foreboding. The air crackled with an otherworldly energy, and the once familiar sounds of nature gave way to an eerie silence. Akari's heart pounded in her chest as a thick mist enveloped her, obscuring her vision. Unbeknownst to her, the mist acted as a portal, transporting her and Hiroshi into the realm of the Oni. When the mist dissipated, Akari found herself standing on unfamiliar ground, her eyes widening in disbelief. The vibrant colors of her world had been replaced by a desolate wasteland, an eerie contrast to the once lush fields and blooming cherry blossoms she had known. Twisted trees, their gnarled branches reaching like skeletal fingers, dotted the landscape. Crumbling structures stretched as far as the eye could see, remnants of a once thriving civilization. The sky above hung heavy with an ominous shade of gray, devoid of any signs of life. It was as if the very essence of hope had been swallowed by the darkness that pervaded this realm, the heart of the Oni's domain. As Akari gazed upon the bleak landscape, a bone-chilling howl echoed through the air, causing Hiroshi to stir in her arms. The Oni had detected their presence, and the hunt had begun. Panic gripped Akari's heart, her breath quickening. She scanned the desolate surroundings, searching for a place to hide, to remain unseen from the prowling creatures. The twisted trees provided scant cover, their branches offering meager protection against the piercing red eyes that would be scanning the area. She felt a surge of urgency, knowing that every passing second brought the Oni closer to their location. With a flicker of determination, Akari clutched Hiroshi tightly to her chest and darted towards a dilapidated structure nearby. The crumbling walls offered a precarious sanctuary, their weathered bricks providing a shield from prying eyes. For now, she cautiously stepped inside, the sound of her own footsteps reverberating through the silence. Shadows danced on the decaying walls as she peered through broken windows, her eyes widening at the desolation that stretched beyond. Akari's heart ached for the world she had left behind, a stark contrast to this twisted nightmare that had become their reality. Driven by an insatiable curiosity, despite the danger, Akari ventured further into the desolate realm, Hiroshi tucked securely in her arms. She explored the ruined remnants of what had once been a thriving city, the streets now silent and deserted. The twisted trees seemed to whisper ancient secrets, their twisted forms whispering of a tragic history. Broken statues, their features worn away by time, stood as ghostly reminders of a forgotten civilization. Akari's footsteps echoed through the empty corridors as she traced the remnants of a forgotten life, her heart heavy with a mix of wonder and unease. But as she ventured deeper into the heart of the wasteland, the atmosphere grew increasingly oppressive, the very air thick with malevolence. She could sense a shift, a growing awareness that their presence had not gone unnoticed. The Oni, with their insidious hunger, were drawing near, their primal instincts guiding them unerringly towards their prey. The once faint howls now reverberated through the desolate landscape, causing Akari's heart to race with a mixture of fear and determination. They had to find a way to survive, to evade the clutches of the Oni, and find a path back to the world they had left behind. Akari navigated the treacherous terrain, slipping into the shadows and behind broken remnants of buildings. The Ani's presence was palpable, their glowing eyes cutting through the darkness like beacons of malevolence. The siblings held their breath, their bodies pressed against the cold stone as the Ani passed by, their raspy breaths and guttural growls sending shivers down Akari's spine. Time seemed to stretch into eternity as Akari and Hiroshi continued their arduous journey through the nightmarish realm. Hunger gnawed at their bellies, the pangs growing sharper with each passing day. Exhaustion tugged at their weary bodies, their steps becoming slower and more labored. But the sheer will to survive, the fierce determination to protect one another, propelled them forward against the relentless tide of despair. Every rustling leaf, every distant footstep threatened to expose their fragile sanctuary, keeping them on edge with every step they took. In this desolate world, where the sun never cast its warming rays, the siblings were surrounded by perpetual twilight. The sky above was an eternal canvas of muted hues, never fully transitioning from day to night. Shadows danced and swirled, whispering secrets that sent shivers down their spines. Strange, ghostly winds carried echoes of long-forgotten voices, filling the air with an ethereal chorus of anguish and despair. Akari and Hiroshi became part of this twisted reality, their existence suspended in a perpetual state of uncertainty. One moonlit night, as they cautiously crossed an abandoned playground, a haunting melody filled the air. The sound seemed to weave through the darkness, its notes piercing the oppressive silence. Akari's weary eyes widened as they caught sight of a broken music box lying on a rusted carousel. Moonlight filtered through the cracks, casting eerie shadows on the chipped paint and worn-out wooden horses. The tune drifted eerily through the wind, beckoning her closer, as if whispering forbidden secrets into the night. Akari hesitated, a mixture of fascination and trepidation gripping her heart. She was acutely aware of the dangers that lurked within this realm, but there was something mesmerizing about the broken music box, an allure that tugged at her curiosity. Her mind grappled with conflicting emotions, the rational part urging caution while her spirit longed to unravel the mysteries concealed within. Cautiously, she approached the carousel, the broken music box captivating her senses. The melody grew louder, entwining with the moonlight to create an enchanting yet sinister ambience. As she neared, a surge of eerie energy coursed through her veins, sending prickles of unease up her spine. Shadows danced and twisted, their movements seemingly synchronized with the haunting tune. Akari reached out, her fingertips brushing against the worn surface of the music box. The melody swelled, its haunting beauty merging with the depths of her soul. In that moment, time stood still, and the nightmarish realm seemed to hold its breath. The broken music box, once forgotten and abandoned, now pulsed with a strange power, drawing Akari further into its mystique. In the pale moonlight, the carousel began to turn, its rusty gears creaking in protest against the passage of time. Akari's breath caught in her throat as the broken horses came to life, their faded paint taking on an ethereal glow. The atmosphere crackled with anticipation, as if the very fabric of reality had shifted in response to the music box's reawakening. But amidst the enchantment, a sinister presence slithered from the shadows, its malevolence breaking the spell. Akari's heart skipped a beat as she caught sight of glowing red eyes emerging from the darkness, the Ani drawn to the resonance of the melody. The haunting allure had been a trap all along, and now the siblings found themselves teetering on the precipice of danger, the Oni closing in with ravenous hunger. With adrenaline surging through her veins, Akari snatched Hiroshi from his slumber, clutching him tightly against her chest. The broken music box's melody transformed from enchanting to foreboding, echoing through the abandoned playground. The carousel spun faster, and the Oni advanced, their twisted forms contorting with anticipation. In that moment, Akari knew she had no choice but to flee, to abandon the captivating yet treacherous lure of the broken music box, and face the relentless pursuit of the Oni once again. Summoning every ounce of courage, Akari turned and fled, the haunting melody growing louder with each passing second. Her breath came in short gasps as she raced through the night, desperate to escape the clutches of the pursuing Ani. Shadows danced along the alleyways, threatening to swallow her whole. Akari stumbled upon an old shrine enveloped in darkness. Inside, she discovered an ancient talisman, glowing with an ethereal light. The talisman whispered ancient secrets, promising protection and a path back to the normal world. Empowered by newfound hope, Akari clung to the talisman, vowing to shield Hiroshi from harm. The Oni closed in, their snarls echoing through the shrine's chamber. Akari chanted the incantation, her voice trembling but unwavering. As she completed the ritual, a blinding light erupted, engulfing the room. When the glare subsided, Akari and Hiroshi found themselves standing in the familiar surroundings of their own world. Exhausted but relieved, Akari held Hiroshi close, their bodies trembling from the ordeal they had endured. The nightmarish realm, with its twisted trees and haunting Ani, now felt like a distant memory. They had escaped the clutches of the malevolent creatures, overcoming their deepest fears and prevailing against the suffocating darkness that threatened to consume them. As the first rays of dawn painted the sky in hues of gold and pink, they found themselves standing on the threshold of their once familiar world. The air seemed sweeter, filled with the subtle scents of blooming flowers and the gentle whispers of the wind. The desolate wasteland had given way to the familiar sights of their home, their surroundings bathed in a warm glow of morning light. Akari stepped forward, the weight of the journey still heavy on her shoulders. She entered their house, where a mixture of relief and bittersweet emotion flooded her heart. The familiar walls embraced them, offering a sanctuary from the horrors they had faced. As Hiroshi's sleepy eyes blinked open, his innocent laughter resonated through the rooms, a poignant reminder of the fragile innocence they had fought so fiercely to protect. Days turned into weeks, and life gradually returned to a semblance of normalcy. Akari, forever changed by their ordeal, was vigilant in her role as protector. She reveled in the simple joys of everyday life, cherishing the laughter, the warmth, and the comforting presence of family. Yet deep within her heart, she knew that the scars of that fateful night would forever remind her of the horrors they had faced. But just when they thought they had left the darkness behind, an eerie sensation pricked at Akari's senses. Shadows seemed to lengthen, a subtle chill whispering through the air. Her instincts went on high alert, a nagging feeling that they were not alone. Fear clawed at her chest as she turned, her eyes widening in dread. There, standing at the edge of their world, bathed in the fading twilight, stood an Ani, Its eyes glowed with a sinister intensity, a twisted smile curling upon its grotesque face. In that moment, Akari realized with a sinking heart that their escape had not gone unnoticed. The Oni had followed them through, determined to reclaim what had once belonged to them. With Hiroshi cradled protectively in her arms, Akari knew that their journey was far from over. The battle against the darkness was not yet won, and they would face new trials and terrors beyond their wildest imagination. In the face of this chilling revelation, Akari steeled herself, her resolve unyielding. She would fight for their survival, for the light to triumph over the encroaching shadows, no matter the cost. And so, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting an eerie glow on the world, Akari stood firm, her eyes locked in a defiant gaze with the Oni that had pursued them. The stage was set for a new chapter in their harrowing tale, where the boundary between reality and nightmare blurred once again, and the struggle for their lives would continue in a battle that would test their limits of strength, courage, and the power of familial love. As our chilling tale comes to an end, let your dreams be a sanctuary untouched by the supernatural. Stay skeptical, my friends, and question the shadows. Find solace in the realm of dreams, where imagination thrives. Good night, and pleasant dreams.